You're watching Fugitive Red Eye, and welcome to another anime review. Today I'll be talking about the OVA of Baoh, or Baoh. I'll probably just be saying Baoh because that's easier to say, but it's Baoh or something like that. Point is, it is Araki's work that he did just before JoJo as far as the manga is concerned, and many similarities have been drawn between the two. For instance, Star Platinum's design bears a striking resemblance to Baoh himself. So what Baoh is about is it's about this guy named Ikaru and this little psychic girl named Sumire, who are on the run from this organization called Dores, and Dores is trying to come after them because Baoh is basically a genetically engineered weapon because he was experimented on with this parasite called Baoh, and Baoh is a species of parasite that when they get into you, they give you super strength, the ability to transform into this like crazy form, and like have all sorts of abilities, such as shape-shifting, super strength, regeneration, and many others. Ikaru and Sumire have been running from this organization since the start of the episode. It's only a single episode OVA, it's 50 minutes long, it's very short, and it follows them as they're on the run from the organization, with hitmen being sent after them, including a robot who basically is a Terminator, because when some of his skin gets taken off, there's metal underneath. A metal skeleton just like a T-800 has. There's also a dog that has Baoh inside of him. Again, I think Baoh is both plural and singular for the species of parasite, but it's also kind of what they refer to Ikaru's transformation as, just because it's through the parasite that he gets it. The only way to kill Baoh is to destroy the brain of the host, which they demonstrate with a dog who has also been infected with a Baoh parasite and gets really powerful. And because it's Araki, of course there's a fucking dog death in it, because it wouldn't be an Araki work without one. Since it is only a 50-minute OVA, obviously there's not a ton I can say about it, because it's very short. But it's very short and sweet. There's a lot of action. The pacing may be a bit fast, but it never feels like it's rushed. Everything that's within the self-contained singular episode feels natural, and overall, yes, a lot of crazy shit happens, but it happens at, in my opinion, a decent pace. It's plenty action-packed, there's a good amount of gore, there's a good amount of fight scenes, and it's just really cool and an interesting concept. It's very interesting to see something that Araki wrote before JoJo, and this anime itself was made shortly after the JoJo 93 OVAs. This was made in, I believe, 95, but Baoh itself was written before the JoJo manga was written, so it is one of Araki's older works, and it is his last work before writing JoJo, before he, had his breakthrough with JoJo. The DVD I got of it came from a company called Animigo, which apparently is still up and running, and I had no idea that was the case, because it looked like an old company that I would have thought would have been out of date, but no, it's still around, apparently. But the DVD itself is incredibly rare. I went a little nuts and splurged on it. I got it for like 99 bucks. It's a pretty pricey one. I very much enjoyed it, though, so I'm happy to have it in my collection. But it is definitely expensive to buy the actual DVD, simply due to the fact that it is severely out of print. And from what I understand, kind of lesser known. Like, I think it's more known now just because of the surge in popularity JoJo has had. But even then, I'd say it's a lot lesser known. One interesting thing is Baoh's semi-transformation, before he gets the full, like, blue transformation that he would have later on. When he just kind of transforms a little bit, he actually reminds me a lot of Amano Jaku from Yorotsuki Doji, because he's got the big blue eyebrows and the big blue spiky hair. Many of Baoh's abilities would actually later be passed on to stand users within JoJo itself, too, so Baoh in a lot of ways is the precursor to JoJo. Don't expect it to be JoJo, it's still a very different series, but it very much has many things that Araki would go to later incorporate into JoJo. I've even seen some YouTubers such as Xforts refer to it as JoJo Part 0, which I don't think is wholly accurate, but I definitely understand why giving it that symbolic title, especially in a video title on YouTube. I'll say this about Animigo, they do their subtitles well. I don't know how accurate the translation is, obviously, but they do a similar thing to Discotek, where they got the very visible yellow subtitles with the black border around them. JoJo doesn't do that on the Viz Media current release of the, JoJo, the David production series. The OVAs have it a little bit better, but, if anything, people should learn from Animigo and Discotek when they do their subtitles. Make them visible. It doesn't matter if you have a big black outline around them. That is fine. It's not going to obstruct anything if it's the small enough subtitle. And despite being an older release, this actually has both subs and dubs, which wasn't as common in the 90s. You used to have to either buy one or the other. So it's really cool to have this. Obviously, there are other ones that have that too. But yeah, Baoh is definitely really interesting. It's a fun watch, lots of action, Lots of cool sci-fi stuff, lots of gore. It's a good Araki series. From what I understand, there's only 2 manga volumes. I may buy them and check them out eventually, too. But yeah, if you like JoJo, check out Baoh. Baoh's good shit. Anyway, this has been Fugitive Red Eye. Have a good one.
Subscribe to Fugitive Red Eye.